Charlie's partner, many years ago, decided he was going to want to buy a house in San Marino, and he's going to have a number of kids. So he sent his wonderful wife, Martha, out, and for 6 months he had her look at houses in San Marino, and this was many years ago, and if they were priced at $150,000, she would offer, he had her offer $75,000. And of course the real estate agents were going crazy because they never were going to get something listed at 150 sold at 75. And then finally, when she found one that they both really liked, he had her offer something like 120, and the real estate agent was so happy to get a bid that was in the general area of the offering price that he would work very hard on the seller to take that bid, because he knew he did not want 6 more months of Roy bidding at the lower prices. So you don't sell them on the first trip. Incidentally, I had Roy buy a house from me sight unseen, because this was a guy that knew human nature. You don't get rich. Real estate agency is, people earn their money, and they earn it in a perfectly respectable and honorable manner in terms of what they get paid. And as in every single industry there is, there can be excesses or mistakes or that sort of thing. But we will continue to buy more brokers. In fact, we'll probably have another couple to announce before long. And we will feel that if we get to where we're doing 10% of the real estate brokerage business in the country, and we're making $600 or $700 million a year pre-tax, we will not think that's a crazy amount of money to make for enabling 10% of 5 million people to change their homes every year in the United States. Charlie?
Well, the commissions in real estate may get unreasonable if you're talking about $20 million houses. It seems a little ridiculous to pay a 5% commission on a $20 million transaction. But do any of us really care if the kind of people who pay $20 million for a house have a slightly higher commission? The ordinary commission is pretty well earned.
Yeah, we have a number of brokerage firms. So the highest has their average transaction in one section of the country would be close to $600,000 a unit, but in terms of the sales price of the house. But in most of our real estate operations, the average price is more like $250,000 or something in that area. And you can show a lot of houses to make one $250,000 sale, and of course you split the listing company and the selling company are usually two different companies. So it does not strike me as excessive, and incidentally, it doesn't strike the people in the industry that way easier. It has not been particularly susceptible to online type substitution or something of the sort. The real estate agent earns their commission in most cases, but Charlie's had more experience with $20 million houses, so he will comment on that area.
Elon Musk this week on his Tesla earnings call said the following, quote, "I think moats are lame. They are like nice in a sort of quaint vestigial way, and if your only defense against invading armies is a moat, you will not last long. What matters is the pace of innovation. That is the fundamental determinant of competitiveness," unquote. So Warren, it seems the world has changed. Business is getting more competitive, pace of innovation, technology is impacting everything. Is Elon right?
Let me add to that one, Warren. Elon says a conventional moat is quaint, and that's true of a puddle of water. And he says that the best moat would be to have a big competitive position, and that is also right. It's ridiculous. Warren does not intend to build an actual moat. Even though they're quaint.
Yeah. There certainly a great number of businesses. This has always been true, but it does seem like the pace has accelerated and so on in recent years. There's been more moats that have become susceptible to invasion than seemed to be the case earlier. But there's always been the attempt to do it. And here and there are probably places where the moat is as strong as ever. But certainly you can certainly should be working at improving your own moat and defending your own moat all the time. And Elon may turn things upside down in some areas. I don't think he'd want to take us on in candy, but and we've got some other businesses that wouldn't be so easy to. You can look at something like Granimals out there in the other room, and it won't be technology that takes away the business and Granimals. It may be something else that catches the young kid's fantasy or something. But there are some pretty good moats around. Being the low-cost producer, for example, is a terribly important moat. And something like Geico, technology has really not brought down the cost that much, and that I think our position as there are a couple of companies that have costs as low as ours, but among big companies, we are a low-cost producer, and that is not bad when you're selling an essential item.
Well, I don't think our shareholders are going to see another increase in net worth of $65 billion in a single year. They may have to wait a while for another. But I don't think that, I think eventually another will come, and then another. Just be patient.
Yeah, we don't regard the present situation as as disadvantageous, except we'd like to get more money out. But we like the businesses we have. We like the businesses that we own part of. We are not reflecting in the way we look at earnings. The dividends we get from those partially owned companies falls far short of what they're going to contribute, in our view, to Berkshire's overall earnings over time. We wouldn't own those stocks otherwise. And
you also like the Apple and airline stocks you've recently purchased better than the cash you parted with.
Absolutely, yeah.
And that's quite a lot.
Yeah. Okay, we won't pursue that further.